Hi, I'm Ipati, and this is a review for the new Chanel Beads album, Your Day Will Come. This marks the second album from Brooklyn-based creative Chanel Beads, led by lead singer and musician Shane Levers alongside his partner Maya McGrory, as well as violinist Zachary Paul. Despite their abstract sound, Chanel Beads has quickly risen to be one of the most talked about music outfits coming out of Brooklyn right now, quickly gaining co-signs from much bigger, larger global acts like Billie Eilish and even opening for Lorde. This second album, Your Day Will Come, funnily enough, has the same title as their debut album, either to simply be quirky or, as I perceive it, to reflect on the same sentiment but from a much darker perspective. While the debut seemed to be saying your day will come from a place of hope and wonder, this album says it in a way that feels more ominous, wondering what is truly meant for you. And with that kind of theme, it only makes sense that the sound and vibe of this record is incredibly creepy, spaced out, and really challenges you to listen to something that's not really fuzzy on the ears. The album blends 80s synth pop with shoegaze and indie rock in a way that feels hypnotic and hazy, and at moments even feels unsettling. On the song Profane Break, there are vocals and instrumentals layered on top of each other in a way that makes you feel like you're inside of a tunnel with wind gushing by you. There's also the song Opening in the Gate, which starts out with a very loud scream, or Outside of Your Life that has crying sampled throughout the song. I know it sounds crazy, but it's actually these moments that make listening and understanding this album so worth it, because they force you to confront your own unsettling memories, dreams, and losses that you've experienced. I quickly came to realize that this was an album written from the very unique perspective of being both deeply in love and deeply depressed at the same time. The lyrics and the storytelling is so intense because you have two extreme opposites colliding on top of each other all throughout the record. Grand professions of unconditional love juxtaposed with fear of abandonment and the hollowness of grief, all wrapped together on one album. And the way they're telling you this story is with such vague and haunting poetry that really lingers with you after you listen. The Coward Forgets His Nightmare is probably the most direct and profound statement on grief on the album. Shane repeats throughout the song, "I thought I saw you smiling in all my memories," really confronting how his nostalgia of this person lost completely distorts the reality of what was really happening in their life. How he wished so deeply that music could have saved this person's life and at the same time saved his own life. And how he didn't think anyone could ever feel this bad, that he's one in a million, and uses that to justify substance abuse. It is a sentiment that is so incredibly heavy, but it's handled with such vulnerability and rawness that I find really hard to find in music today. Tyler Richard is another song about grief where there's looping melodies and synths over and over again, I think perhaps to symbolize the constantness and repetitiveness of grief, waking up over and over again to the same realization that they're gone. In the song, he's talking about this recurring dream that he has, and at each stanza, the dream is altered slightly. It's a little bit more horrifying as the song continues to go on. It hits incredibly hard when you realize that the dream he's repeating as the song goes on is slightly different each time, because every time you remember someone lost, it's slightly different. JBL in the Fireplace is where you see that clash between romance and depression that I mentioned earlier. The song expresses how life will throw at you mental and physical pain, financial burden and instability, and judgment from the outside world. And how in a world that almost constantly feels hostile, you can find sanctity in the person that you choose to love. The most worth it and valuable commitment that you can make is to another person who shields you from these life burdens and who you want to shield from it. And for an album with some very bleak themes, this is a silver lining that runs throughout, providing you some comfort. Silver Cup, written entirely by Maya, continues to bask in this theme of unconditional love and how commitment can carry you through your darkest times. Behind the weight of the world I know you're carrying, give me the love that we surrender in, you're in trouble now, I won't give up on you, I jump in the water, you follow. I mean, just a beautiful testament to what you're able to unlock when you allow yourself to be someone's silver lining and when someone is yours. While I did say that the album comes from a much more ominous perspective, after 43 minutes of grief and pain, I think we get to a much lighter note on the penultimate track, Boss. Shane sings to us that his life will be in control and to wipe our tears because the sun is on its way, and honestly, it's the purest reminder that if you are not in that place yet, your day is soon to come. With the final track being an instrumental that somehow sounds both optimistic and unsettling, we are just faced with the fact that when you have no idea what to expect next in your life, you can be both hopeful and fearful. Afraid of what's to come, but excited to see it. I cannot recommend this album enough if you love your music to sound like poetry, if you love analyzing mesmerizing lyrics, and if you're sick of music that sounds agreeable. I am feeling a strong 8 to maybe even a light 9.
Transition, have you given this album a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best for the best. What should I review next? Or rather, Emma should review next. Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe and please don't cry. Hit the bell as well. Over here next to my head is another video you can check out. Yeah, hit that up. Yeah. Forever.